Hi folks, Pete Yetton here, Managing Director of Remarkable Law Consultancy Limited, higher education specialist and immigration lawyer, and I've been supporting the sector for over 15 years now. So weekly vlog, I'm going to do two today just because there's a lot of activity going on. First one I'm going to do is about just a bit of high risk recruitment again, the graduate route and what's happened in India and Pakistan. And the next one I'm going to do is about action plans, because that is a huge topic again, which I'm seeing on a number of different levels. Across various platforms which I'm linked into. So the first one, there's obviously some absolute travesty what's happened this week with the massacre of tourists in the Kashmir region. And that's caused India and Pakistan to go into an extreme period of conflict again. I mean, they've never really got on, as we know, but this is now ramped up to a different level. And what that's going to do to the Home Office is going to make them look at these countries with continued air of high risk suspicion. And the high risk is the genuine, non-genuine student issue, which is why we're seeing far more visa refusals and credibility interviews, which are getting done across the board. Now, some institutions and businesses are doing mass interviews across both those countries. Others are cherry picking and doing it by region, which I think is very sensible, because there are some regions like in south of India that won't require, if your eligibility criteria okay, qualifications okay, English language is good, there's no need really to do an interview, but then again, that's your choice. But some areas are now ramping up where most of the country will need to. So if we look at what happened previously in Pakistan, the southern region, where we had the kidnapping of the train, everything that went on with that then was going to feed into an increased focus from the Home Office with that region. Now we're in the north with everything going on there, so that's going to be a high risk region. There are things going on in the Khyber region, so you're looking at the whole of Pakistan is going to be a real hot topic for the Home Office in terms of visas and how they're assessing visas at the moment. Whilst all that is going on, there is also the issue of the mass deportations that are ongoing with the Afghani community in Pakistan. I think it's 800,000 who've got the Afghan citizenship, ACC cards, and there's 1.4 million that are on the PORs, which is the refugee, the UN have given them refugee status, but that runs out in June. So when you look at what causes more visa refusals right now in this CAS period that we're in, it is forced migration, and it is incidents that will happen in a high-risk country to cause some instability, like what's happening right now in India and Pakistan. So whilst the timing of this couldn't be any worse, because we are in the CAS period, given we can issue CASs 6 months before course start dates, so we have to, our levels of due diligence really needs to be on point at the moment. In amongst all this mix, we've got the graduate route argument, a graduate route visa argument, which is going on right now with a white paper that's about to be released, and a huge threat to the graduate route visa, and we can feel it by some of the dialogue and what we think the Home Office are going to do, which it probably is going to raise the threshold, the salary threshold for students coming out of their university. It might be okay for somewhere like London, where you can potentially get a salary higher. It's not going to be okay for some other rural areas, places in Scotland, Wales, where the salaries are not going to be as high. We need to really make this clear about the graduate route and the post-study work route. It is not used as a marketing tool in order to get students here. It's a positive part of selling the UK as a positive country to come to for their studies. The timing of this is poor in terms of looking at this right now, because it is not the link to sort out the migration issue in the UK, in my opinion, and my opinion is shared by many. And we have to be careful, because our competitors, which is normally the US, Canada, and Australia and the Canada, in the last 2 weeks are starting to actually have some positive steps towards immigration. Probably more Canada than Australia, I have to say, but they are looking at this, and it could be a lot more attractive for students. So graduate route visa, we've got to have some dialogue, open dialogue, and maybe some accurate data looking at the domestic students when they pass their courses and the percentage of them that actually go into their discipline of their degree. And it is not as high as we think. Okay, so that's the first vlog, which is about just high risk in the CAS period. Keep your levels of due diligence high and be aware the Home Office operates. Have a good week, and I'll meet you next week. There's another vlog going to come up right now about something else. Take care.